mentioned, I am a loan officer here at New American Funding. I've been here for the past 12 years. Been in the mortgage business for about 15 years. I love doing what I do. I'm sure as you guys learn a little bit more of the real estate business, you're going to see how crucial it is to have a mortgage lender. We are pretty much the bolts of the transaction. We are the ones who end up bringing in the money and being able to facilitate the closing on their transactions. I'd like to introduce our wonderful speaker. I'd like to introduce a wonderful speaker, Mr. Craig T. He's the CEO, he's the coach, he's a realtor, he's amazing. He does have a lot of background for real estate. So he has been through this business. He's closed over 200 homes in the last 2 years. He's nationally ranked. He's recognized as one of the top teams in the entire nation. And 50 homes every 6 months. So we're very fortunate to have, he's a great speaker too, by the way, you'll find that out. He provides himself with high levels of success. And,
Stop it.
yeah. Please give a round of applause for Craig.
Thank you, Alma. So again, round of applause for Alma. She's feeding us today. Before she walks out the door, I want to talk a little bit about her. So Alma and one of her business partners, Larry Garmuzzo, I got to meet Larry about 5 years ago when I first got into real estate after I fired a bunch of lenders. And I went to my escrow marketing manager and I said, oh my gosh, lenders are like real estate agents. You know, they're all horrible unless you find a really good one. I need a really good lender. And she's like, you know what? You used to work on cruise ships. I know this lender that used to work on cruise ships. He's killing it right now. I want to introduce you to this guy named Larry Garmuzzo. At the time, Larry was a senior loan officer. In 4 years, Larry did probably 70% of my deals and got them closed. Sometimes he would be a rescuer where he would get a couple of deals that other lenders couldn't close. And then Larry became the branch manager, and then Larry became the regional manager, and now he's like the regional director of New American Funding. And he used to be a cruise director on Carnival Cruise Lines, and I used to work for Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. So the moral of my story, now he's so high up that nobody ever gets to see or talk to him anymore unless it's, like a favor. But he introduced me to Alma, and Alma has been she's just like Larry of the female form. She cares about her business, she cares about her agents, she cares about the real estate transaction, and she has just been an amazing partner for us. She gets deals done when nobody else can, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Can we get the deal done? Can the buyer close on their home, get into a home? Because a lot of people do a lot of this, and we just need people that can close the door at the end and key. So big round of applause to you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So today is what we call Real Talk. And is it okay if I get really real with all of you? Yes. All right, so I'm pretty real anyway. Sometimes I might drop an F-bomb. Anybody gonna be offended with that? Okay, I'll do my best not to, but I get really passionate. So if I do this to you, just kind of go, okay. I'm going to talk about all the things that nobody took the time to tell me about real estate. I'm really jaded and I'm really upset with the fact that I had to learn the hard way. I had to throw a lot of money at my real estate business to get where I'm at today. And if I would have just been in a room, or I would have been coached, or I would have been mentored by somebody that said, I've done it, I've been there, I'm going to help you through this, I would have saved a lot of time, hassle, energy, maybe even a relationship, and I would have had something to show for them. So I'm going to get really real with you. I'm going to unsell real estate to all of you in this room. Like, I'm literally going to unsell. Because this is going to be the toughest job you've ever had in your life. Should you decide to either get into real estate or move to the next level of real estate and actually have generational wealth and success. Is that okay? Cool. I'm going to fast track a lot of things. I'm going to sell you on 2 things. Is that okay? And I'm actually going to tell you I'm selling. I'm going to sell you on the fact that we have a training program here in Las Vegas that's geared towards new agents or agents that want to take their business to the next level. Sharon Swan will talk about that. And I'm going to sell you on why I'm so passionate to now be at EXP. How many in the room have ever heard of EXP Realty? Good. I mean, like my team raises their hand. Good. I love the fact that most of you know nothing about EXP. You know why? Because EXP isn't even anything yet. EXP isn't even anything. I'm at the ground level on something that is amazing. And I I'm making a shit ton of money the right way. No multi-level marketing, none of that. I just love where I'm at, and I love giving my agents the generational wealth opportunity to have stocks and stock options and revenue share and all this good stuff. Because I'm a real estate agent. Guess how much I have for retirement through my Social Security? Like $400. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. I'm in business for myself, and there's two things that I'm really, really, really bad at. One of them is paying taxes. You know? I won't tell you the other. So, anyway, so seriously, I have a team here in Las Vegas. We joined EXP about 4 months ago. We are top 100 real estate agents in the Valley. That either tells you that we work really hard and we're awesome at what we do, or it just tells you that the bar is really low and anybody can be successful. I would tend to lean towards the latter. Okay, it's really simple to get really successful in real estate, which is why I got it. Forbes, 87 of the top 100 wealthiest people in the world made their fortune in what? Real estate! I love real estate. I hate selling, and I use the word hate strongly. Opening blinds, doors, paint colors, not my thing. But I love real estate. I love the opportunity to work a select number of hours and have a financial gain of my time per hour. Okay? 2 previous careers. One was entertainment. I was in entertainment from 19 years until 2005. I left director of entertainment at Planet Hollywood. I did this big show called Peep Show. Mel B, Holly Madison, all those people. The economy crashed. I got into law, which is what I went to school for. I never wanted to be an attorney, but I started up a law firm downtown. We were uberly successful. We grew to 6 real estate attorneys and a couple of contract attorneys, divorce attorneys, that kind of stuff. The law firm is still really successful. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I grew to 350 pounds. I had horrible health. But the one thing I realized is that I was good at helping people. I was good at getting out of people what they truly wanted in life, what they truly needed, the assistance that they needed in the moment. And I was good at articulating and prescribing a plan and helping get them to that solution. That transferable skill got into real estate sales, and here I am today. You'll learn a little bit more about me through that. But I have some great people that are going to sit on this panel. They're going to give you their experience. The first person is Sharon Swan. So Sharon not only was my broker when I was at this other place called Keller Williams, she's also been in real estate 40 years. She is a nationally known coach. She coaches my entire team on transformational, all of that shit that happens at home that prevents them from being successful in real estate. Yeah, she helps them with that. And she grows my incremental margins month over month. So I'm so privileged to be in business with her. Sharon Swan can come on up. Thank you for usual.
Okay. Hi. So as he said, this is my 41st year in real estate. I've been in real estate longer than some of you have been alive.
She sold God his first house.
I've been a coach and a trainer for almost 30 years. I sold real estate out of the top 10 in California when I was selling, and I became an award-winning manager. And then I got into coaching and training. I trained with a company called, which just went right out of my mind. I've been doing it for all these years. And the training that we did, which is where the transformational piece comes from, it was a training, it was life and career management training, and it was about how to manage the obstacles and barriers that get in your way, including the ones that are in your own mind. And so we did a number of demonstrations of how your unconscious mind keeps you from getting the answer even when you already know what it is. So the focus of my attention is twofold. One is that I work with the team on transaction management. I'm a really good deal doctor. You get me close to money and I'm like a bull out of my mouth. I don't let go until we close that escrow. So that's part of my function. And then the other part is that I'm really aware, especially for new agents, even for experienced agents, that very often what is the barrier and obstacle that they have to overcome is what's going on in their personal lives. The feelings and emotions that they're having. Sometimes your family can actually be your worst enemy. They don't understand it. They love you. They think they're helping, but they don't understand our business very well. So that's the other thing I work with is what are the things that are getting in the way and how do we manage them? How do you need to talk to your kids? Kids over this age of 7 can understand your job, but they don't like it, especially if you've been home. Because they don't like the fact that you're not there anymore, so they call you 22 times a day to ask you really dumb questions. because he doesn't like that part. He doesn't understand it and he doesn't want to know about it. So that's my job.
All right, give Sharon a round of applause. So I have 3 layers to my team. I have Team 50, which is what I call my core team. Those are people that I'm in business with. I give them leads, I give them accountability, coaching, guidance, mentorship. I give them a space to work out. I hold them to their calendars, all of this stuff. It's a very corporate, I don't want to say micromanaged, but you probably would, a micromanaged environment to really get them to a level of success. And then I have what I call my team light. And these are people that I'm in more of a partnership with. Their splits in their deals reflect that, and we kind of have an ongoing a la carte menu of things that they need and what they want. And then I have my revenue share partners. So my core team handles about 50% buyers and about 50% sellers. Last year we closed 109 deals. We did not hit our target, just so you know. But out of that, about 50% of them, I think about 57 deals were buyers. And about 50% of those buyers were first-time buyers. And we realized a few years ago that the number 1 objection and the number 2 objection for new first-time buyers were always the same. Can anybody kind of guess what that is? What do you think the number 1 obstacle for a first-time buyer is going to be?
Buyers are rush.
Okay, well, let's get them to you, right? Let's just get them to a point where they can get a pre-approval letter. Let me be more specific. There's 2 things that are usually challenges for a brand new buyer just to get pre-approved for a loan. Go ahead. Huh? Okay, so credit score. And what do you think the second challenge is? Down payment. Okay, and so what happened is we were able to kind of, because we're number trackers, we track everything in our business, we were able to say, oh my gosh, 50% of our business over the next 12, 24, 36 months is going to be a result of getting somebody to a place where they have credit. The other 50% of that problem is going to be to get them to a place where either they start saving money, they get a grant, or they get what we call down payment assistance. But I can't get them any of number 2 until I get a credit score. And believe it or not, a relatively low credit score of 500 with some lenders, 580 with the majority of lenders, will get you into an FHA home with 3.5% down payment. So often that barrier of entry, that level that we have to get them over the threshold is really narrow. But there are very specific things that need to happen. Back when I ran the law firm, I got into a relationship with Cynthia Davis, and Cynthia was our law office's credit repair person. We'd worked with Lexington Law, we worked with all these different credit companies because contrary to popular belief, my law office didn't want to have everybody go through bankruptcy. That was not always the best option. And this was a time about 2010, 2011, 2012 when the economy was crashing, people had already lost their jobs, and now they were losing their homes. Okay, so we were going through Nevada foreclosure mediation programs, all those things. And they wanted, they came in and said, well, you kept my son out of a DUI, but now we help you save my home. And I learned really fast about real estate law. And the one thing that really helped our clients was financial education services and United Credit Counseling, which Cynthia Davis is a marketing rep here in Las Vegas for that company. So I actually was a client of hers, as well as my other clients, long before I got into real estate sales, long before I became an agent. She'll kind of tell you that story. But she is a very valuable partner, not only for our team, but also for our buyers. She's very integral in going, hey, your buyer just went from a 480 to a 590 credit score. Hint, 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 wink, wink, wink. You might want to follow up with them, Craig. They might be ready to buy, Craig, because I can tell you, my team, we don't have a lead gen problem. We do not have a lead gen problem. We get that. We mastered that. We have so many leads, we don't know what to do with it. We have a what problem, guys?
Follow-up problem.
We have a follow-up problem. We actually have so much business that sits in front of us that sorry about that. We have so much business that sits in front of us right now that we actually don't think about the business tomorrow. I mean, that's a huge problem. It's a good problem. It's a huge problem. And so by having partners that say, hey, I'm in it with you. I'm following up with you because I get paid by these guys getting their credit fixed. You get paid by these guys getting their credit fixed. And they get to buy a house when their credit's fixed. We're constantly having these engagements. And we're able to say, awesome. I dropped the ball, but Cynthia picked it back up and said, hey, you got a buyer who's ready to buy this. So Cynthia, come on up, talk for a couple minutes about who you are.
Good morning, everyone. So, as Craig said, and thank you so much for that introduction, I was a CV manager for 18 years. I saw people coming and going about 80% national, just so you know, are going to decline based on credit. And a lot of people have challenges. And you can't judge either by what somebody looks like anymore, can you? Right? A lot of people went through foreclosures, lost their job, got laid off, businesses And there's always gonna be things like divorces, layoffs. Like there's just things that happen, and too many things affect your credit now. Buying a home, biggest one. 90% of my phone calls that I get every day is someone trying to buy a home, and they don't know what they can do. Okay? The fact is we didn't learn this in school. Nobody taught us how to have great credit, how to pay our debt the best way, how to get the best interest rates, how do I budget, right? Nobody, pretty much, I don't know if you guys learned it, but they didn't have it in the school I went to, right? So we lead with education. Okay, that's what we do. We help our clients qualify in a short amount of time as possible, fast results in the industry, and we can talk about that just a little bit more. But my job is to partner with real estate agents and mortgage lenders, help you guys close more deals. And real estate agents is probably 65% of my organization across the country. As you said, I have over 700 agents across the country. That's the biggest thing. You guys have this time in between deals closing, and you need to still make money. If you're going through leads, and 80% of them are what? Decline based on credit, right? So doesn't it make sense to be supplementing your income, help these clients get qualified to be able to buy a home, right? And earn some income along the way. So that's what I do. I partner with you guys and we close more deals, help clients get into homes, okay? And create these kind of partnerships. All right, so I'll be here the rest of the presentation. I'm sure we'll be all bouncing off of each other for the next couple of hours, but feel free to ask me any questions afterwards if you have one-on-one, okay? All right.
Thank you, Cynthia. So, and last but not least for the panel, before we get going, I have a little bit of a special treat. This gentleman didn't know that he was going to be sitting on the panel until I think yesterday morning. So I want to introduce Connor Marks. So Connor has been on the team about a year and a few months. And you can mosey your way up here. Connor's been on Team Tiffy for about a year and a couple months. He actually started as an inside sales agent with us about 4 months in, and he was horrible, by the way. He was horrible. About 4 months in, he almost got fired. I almost had that walk of shame talk where, hey Connor, I like you, you're a nice guy, but. And what happened is Connor was so committed to getting his real estate license, and that he just lacked the confidence of being a real estate agent, but he also didn't have a license, so he couldn't sell real estate while he was an inside sales agent. He was bound by very limiting walls of what he could say and what he couldn't do. And I'm very above board. I mean, working in law, man, I'm not willing to lose my license for anything. I mean, I lose deals because I'm not doing that. And so I think that's a value that the team really is attracted to. But Connor, took the test 5 times. Yeah, finally passed it. I think he's paid more towards PSI and proctoring, Carson View than anybody else. Took it 5 times, never gave up, persevered. I would walk into the office on a Saturday morning, he'd be there studying, and then doing his lead gen and all that stuff. And I'm like, God, I'm so glad I didn't fire him. 3 days after he got his license, he put a deal in the contract. Connor is averaging 6 closed escrows a month right now. Oh yeah, go ahead. Connor has been initiated by the team to be the sales manager. And basically my role on my team is you outperform the next person below you by 2 month over month. You stay the sales manager if you so choose. But make no mistake, there's always somebody else on here for coat deals. And so Connor gets a piece of the success of everybody else on the team. So it's what I call an override. So he gets a little bit of that pie that comes into the team on every closed transaction. So he's invested in making sure that everybody else is successful. So Connor has a real life, real world story to tell today about, hey, this is where I came from, this is why I'm in Vegas, this is where I'm at, this is what I went through. And Connor, is real estate simple? Yes. And is it easy? Yeah. He's usually the first guy to show up in the morning, he's usually the last guy to leave. And he's made a decision in his life that I'm going to do X, Y, and Z so that I can have A, B, and C. And it comes with challenges. I mean, there have been many parking lot conversations between Connor and I where we have talked about the transformational aspect of his life. And I'm like, we're sharing. It's 9. I want to go home. We're sharing. But we've talked through these things, and we have become true partners. And I mean, we've had some challenges in real estate. When you get to a level of volume at 6 transactions, a month, $15,000 to $20,000 a month in his split GCI, it creates problems. And I'm thankful to be in business with him. He has been a part of our RealTalk for a year and a half, and this is the first time that he's ever sat on the panel. And so I'm grateful that he's here because he's a true partner of mine, just like I want everybody on my team to be. But he's aren't on the core team. I mean, he's meeting with Sharon, he's meeting with other leadership on our team, and our virtual assistants and our director of operations, and he's keeping that team together moving forward down that path. So I appreciate you. Thank you for being here today, and I can't wait to dig a little deeper. So let's get going. I'm going to fast track through a bunch of this. If you've given me your name, your phone number, and your email address, I'm going to give you a copy of the slides. I'm also going to give you the access to the YouTube channel that this video will be on. So I'm going to talk fast. We're going to talk fast. We have a lot to cover. Is that okay? If you ever get hungry, stand up, walk to the back, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. This is an interactive presentation from this point on. I will engage with you. I will get you to talk to me, I promise you. And because I speak what I believe, I want everybody to look to the person next to them at the table, and I want you to introduce yourself. Hopefully you all have name tags. And I want you to take 30 seconds and tell each other what you're grateful for today. Today, right now, today, Tuesday, what are you grateful for? How are you? I'm great. You got it? Thanks, Tammy. All right, so let's talk about the market. How many in this room are a real estate agent? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many in this room want to be a real estate agent? Raise your hand. Awesome. Some of you that are real estate agents are like, been there, done that, what's next? How many of you in this room want to be a business owner? Okay? Okay? And some of you are like, what's the difference? How many of you in this room want to be an empire builder? Okay, so let me tell you the difference. A real estate agent is your job. A business owner is understanding that you have a job and understanding the need for leverage. An empire builder is somebody who says, I understand that there's jobs in my business. I understand that I need people to do that job. And my job is focusing on exit strategy, next plan, expansion. Something big. So think ground level real estate agent. Think 1,000 feet in the air, business owner. Empire builder, 10,000 plus. Think of your real estate business, either one you have or the one that you're going to build, as a 7-Eleven. I'm going to refer to your 7-Eleven, which is a storefront, often. Just think that you own a 7-Eleven. Okay? When is it going to open? When is it going to close? If you own a 7-Eleven, you probably already know the answer to that. 24 hours. When does it need to be stocked? What measures do you have in place that protect your assets, cameras, security? Think of your business as a 7-Eleven. All right, let's talk about the market. So Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors, GLVAR, said that 46,598 total properties sold in 2017, which was the third best sales year on record for the best year of existing local sales in 2011. So the best year in real estate was when? 2017. No. Second best year. Best year is 2011. Third best year was 2017. Second best year was when? They're like, oh, 2009. When did the market crash? Some of you were in the market when it crashed. So 2008, depending on the price point, high 2007s, 2008, going into 2009. It took 18 months for the market to crash. What made the market crash? Financial companies, okay, big banks, subprime buyers, things like that. It was not Las Vegas market. It was not a national market. It was not the economy, okay? It was a very isolated, very specific situation that happened over time that collapsed in 18 months. Analysts and most real estate professionals will tell you that will never happen again. There are safeguards in place that will prevent that. But markets often shift. Now, I've only been selling real estate as of April 15, 2025 years. Contrary to popular, I've been in real estate 4 years. Okay, this great man by the name of Gary Keller said you can get anywhere you want in life in 5 years. So when I got into real estate, I read his book called The Real Estate Millionaire. Millionaire Real Estate Agent. I have a red book here behind me. I read that book, it was my business plan, and I said 5 years then. I stayed in law 7 years. So I knew 2 years too long was going to kill me. So I gave myself 5 years. So April 15th, 2020, what happens to Craig? I'm out. I know it, I'm very clear I'm out. Doesn't mean I'm out of real estate, it means that I'm no longer running my team. So I gave myself a 5-year plan to get into real estate, have my level of success, and get out. Now I plan to retire completely by 55. I'm 29 now, so I have a little bit of time to go. No, the reality is I'm building my life by design. This is my 3rd career, and I made more money in the last 4 years than I have in the last 15 years. And I worked in law and in entertainment. I mean, I always had good salaries. I netted $505,000 last year after I paid everybody else off, minus the IRS. I'm still working on that. I mean, guys, I don't tell you that because I want to boast something. I'm telling you that because we all have the same opportunity. I know very little about real estate. I learn every single day. I get into business with people that I'm like, hey, you know, remember that first hut thing where Mary was there and there were some sheep and some guy, hey, was that a brick and mortar or was that a stucco and frame? Like, what was that? I get into business with people that can answer my questions and help me close the transactions. The agent. So now we know about the market, okay? Market shifts constantly. The market is shifting now. We don't know exactly what kind of market. Vegas has a seasonal market. It has a cyclical market. We were #1 in foreclosures. So there's a little bit of this balloon thing maybe that's happening. We don't know. I can tell you right now, it's an awesome hot market. We go out and we sell real estate. And Sharon will tell you, it doesn't matter if it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, it's always a broker's market. You hustle, you go out there and take the business, you'll always make money. Now I'm seeing a mass entrance of new agents into the business, and I'm starting to see a massive shift in seasoned agents going, yeah, I don't know if I should stay where I'm at, because if I'm not overly successful right now in the last 36 months, probably not going to be overly successful in the next 36 months. I got into real estate in 2015. I got my license in February, even though it didn't show up. My broker wouldn't let me sell real estate until he had the license in his hand. So April 15th, he finally got a real estate license. I closed my first deal April 17th, 2015. It was 3 months before I closed my second deal. I got my real estate license because I wanted to help my law clients. I was one of those guys with the limiting belief, I'm not a salesperson, I don't ever want to sell anything. Ooh, that's like one step above an attorney. Oh wait. I saw that as somewhat of a sleazy job. Like, I'm not a salesperson. I'm in corporate America. I wear a suit and tie every day. I had all of these limiting beliefs. And let me tell you, man, I lost massive amounts of opportunity. And I stand here today telling you that I am an amazing salesperson. I'm amazing at listening to my customers. Amazing at making them clients. Amazing at making them lifelong friends and past clients. That's my job. Even real estate agents that I get out of business with, I have great relationships with because I got into business with them for the right reasons. So naturally, when we decide to get out of business with each other, for whatever that is, we did it for the right reasons. So let's talk about you as the agent. 1.3 million realtors nationally in 2017. Sorry, I haven't updated the slide lately, but I think we're probably about 1.4, 1.5. I just came back from Phoenix. We'll talk about it in a few minutes, but I just came back from Phoenix. First of all, I didn't realize Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe was so damn big and boring. Driving around at 9 o'clock at night going like, what's the night like? What do we do? Oh, wow, there's like this little river thing that you can have Mexican food at. That was it. I couldn't believe that we have roughly 17,000 real estate agents. They have almost 100,000 real estate agents. There's a two-week waiting list just for their online real estate classes because now they have some new rules that you can only have so many people go through a real estate class at one time. I'm like 100,000, but yet guess what? Top 20% do all business. Nothing changed. 87% of all real estate agents fail. Get out of the business. Hang their license. Go inactive within 5 years. And in Vegas, that's a national, and in Vegas, 50% of those people within the first 18 months. So if you made it past 18 months, congratulations. If you made it past 5 years, you're probably good to go. Jury's still out on me because I have how many months left? Still time to fail. You're going to learn today value versus cost. You're going to learn what you don't know. I'm going to tell you what I didn't know that hurt me in the business. I'm going to tell you what I know now that could help you. You're going to learn the difference between a dependent brokerage, an independent brokerage, and an interdependent. The same can be said about personalities. We talked a little bit in the beginning about I don't like to get warm and fuzzy on you and your family and your life and all that stuff. It's just not who I am. Who in this room understands personality profiles? Okay, I knew nothing about this profiles until I started hiring a law clerk at the law firm. And I hired this 20-something-year-old guy from like some hot shot, I don't even remember, like Stanford, Harvard, or something like that, Purdue University, I think, law clerk who was going to be an attorney. And I hired him, we paid him a godly amount of money. The guy worked on a murder trial for almost a year before the trial started. And he was supposed to go to the first 3 days of the murder trial because it's basically the DA starts and he gets on there and he does his opening number. The lead attorneys don't need to be there. They're out making more money. So this guy was supposed to be there. The first day of trial, and we'd already gotten past, the jury selection, all that stuff. First day of trial, I get a phone call at the office because I'm not an attorney, but I ran the office and I'm a paralegal. I get a phone call from the judge's assistant saying, "Hey, where's so-and-so?" I'm like, "Well, he's at the courthouse. I talked to him." He's like, "He's not here. We're ready to go." So I get a hold of him. He's in the bathroom throwing up. And he's like, "I can't walk in that room." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I can't go in there. I'm sorry. I don't know. Fire me. Do whatever you got to do. I can't go in that room." I'm like, "Listen here, you're going to get this." See, I filtered. "Listen here. You get your ass in that room. Like, we paid you, almost $100,000 a day, but you know this case better than anybody else. You're a rock star. Get in it." He's like, "I can't do it." So the lead attorney dropped everything, had some guy fill in for him. He runs over to the other courtroom, goes in. It was after that I went to a Tony Robbins event, and I learned, oh my God, not everybody's like me. Not everybody's like my attorney. Holy shit, there are different types of people in the world. And I learned about the DISC profile, D-I-S-C, and I learned about personality profiles. So this guy was a really, really high SC. He was good behind the computers. He was good at research. He knew the case law. He knew the defense. He knew everything. But to get him to stand up and say one word in front of a room full of people that he'd never met before, with the pressure this high, just crumbled him. So he got fired, and we moved on. But the moral of the story is, I learned that I am really not good at having intimate conversations with people about things that I don't understand. I don't have kids, I have dogs, okay? I'm driven by money and success. I'm now learning about a little bit of work-life balance, a little bit, thanks to Sharon a year and a half ago saying, "So when's your next vacation? Because you're wound up tighter than a slinky." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got one planned for next year, January." Now, this was like a year and a half ago. She's like, "Yeah, that's not gonna work. So let's just maybe plan a vacation and you disappear for a while." I learned. Part of your success in real estate is going to be to understand personality assessments. Most of you who came through one of my online systems, I probably asked you to do a personality assessment. Because guess what? In residential real estate, even in commercial real estate for that matter, it's all about personality. Commercial real estate, they don't have one. Okay, it's all about numbers. The emotion is usually not on the table. And in residential real estate, it's all about the personality. It's all about the emotion. It's all about, oh my God, we saved forever. Honey, is this the right decision? Should we just rent? What are the kids going to do? Is this the right? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And we're like pulling them to the closing table, right, putting the pen in their hand and scribbling their name. That's what happens. So I want you all to understand, 50% of my success was going to a Tony Robbins event and actually applying it to a real life situation because I thought I failed. I thought I hired the wrong guy. I hired him. I ran the law firm. I had an ownership interest in the law firm, even though I wasn't the attorney. It was my law firm. Okay? The attorneys are, think of it, behind every good doctor is a great nurse. Like the doctor walks in with the chart and goes, "So, tell me what the problem is today." He already knows. The nurse already took your vitals. She already made a connection and built rapport with you. She's already diagnosed and said, "Doctor, she's got a rash." Okay, that's all it is. Give her some cream. Not you. Okay? Like, behind every good doctor is a great nurse. Behind every good attorney is a great paralegal. behind every good real estate agent is a great transaction closing manager. So let's just figure now we're going to build our business the right way. If you think you can be successful in real estate and do everything yourself, your ceiling of achievement is about here. Okay? Rome wasn't built in a day and nobody succeeds alone. And as residential real estate continues to evolve, we're going to have to specialize. Because you're going to learn here in a few minutes that there's technology out there that only thinks you're good enough to open up a door and raise some blinds. They think that's your fiduciary. And they'll handle everything else in the transaction if you give them a chance. I'm not willing to do that. One of the greatest things I learned from Gary Keller before I left the company, and I still have Keller wings in my blood, was that this guy was the Steve Jobs of real estate. And I was fortunate to meet him. I met him last November. November 30th, he flew me to Austin, Texas. I sat down and I met with him. Now, in real estate law, I was billing at $250 an hour. And I had been for 13 years. So I understood my hourly worth. Whether or not I did it or not, I was billing at $250 an hour. So that translated into real estate sales. I know when I get my ass up out of bed in the morning and I go to work, I need to be making $250 an hour. Otherwise, I didn't win the day. I calculated one day, and I thought, okay, if I'm $250 an hour, this guy is probably worth somewhere north of $1 billion, and I'm guessing he's probably $50,000 to $75,000 an hour. And I got an hour of his time, one-on-one, in his room. Like, I will live the rest of my life feeling like I'm the most grateful person on the face of the earth because I got to meet Gary Keller. I mean, Gary Keller has written 3 of the most important real estate books ever known to man. And I left the company. And you're going to find out why. So, it's really important that we understand dependent, interdependent, independent mindsets, personalities, and brokerages. And it's really important that we understand that there are costs with everything we do in our business. Nothing is free. You're either going to pay for it in the front or you're going to pay for it in the back end. We're going to talk about that. So, now we're going to turn this around and make it all about you. How come the real estate agent fails? I'm going to blow through this fast. The real estate agent won't prospect or lead gen. Everybody who owns a business has 2 jobs. Lead generation and servicing the business that comes from it. A doctor, an attorney, 7-Eleven, a real estate agent, everybody. And there's 3 ways to lead gen. There's 3 methods of lead gen. You can either sweat equity, you do it yourself at no cost. You can have someone else do it for you and give them a piece of the pie. Or you can pay for it. There's only 3 ways. So make the decision now. I got into real estate and I paid for somebody to give me the leads. A company called Zillow. How many know who Zillow is? I better see every hand going up. Good. Yeah, I paid Zillow. So what happened is, I took one of you as a real estate agent who had a listing, and your listing went to Zillow, and I paid Zillow to feature me as the buyer's agent on your listing, and I got the lead. And then I went back and I showed the home and I wrote an offer. Okay, that's a backwards way of doing business. And now, because I do 50+% listings, I'm paying Zillow to just sell me back my own lead. So I had this great woman who I got into business with for a period of time who said, called me out in a room like this, in front of my peers, and she said, why are you paying Zillow $5,000 a month for leads? Oh, and what's your conversion rate? And I'm like, 2%. Better than the average. She's like, well, just get on the damn phone. You got this. If you want it bad enough, get on the phone. You'll save probably $5,000 to $10,000 a month plus. And I did. My business skyrocketed. You'll not follow up. Guilty. I don't follow up. Probably going to suck at following up with all you guys, and me too. Just letting you know. Yeah, I had a follow up. You let bad experiences bring you down. How many in this room have had a bad experience? How many in this room have caused their bad experience? Yeah, we all have. Everybody in this room, man. Entrepreneurs are not born, contrary to popular belief. Okay? They are molded and made. Something happened in their life. They lost everything. They slept in a car in New York City. They got a DUI. They got divorced 5 times. Something happened in their life that they hit rock bottom and they said, never again. And so true entrepreneurs, true empire builders are somebody that has probably hit an extreme low and has hit an extreme high. And that is a variable concept for all of us. I mean, my extreme low is going to be very different from some of you. I mean, I've lost $100,000 in one night. You know, I've had a gun pointed to my head. Like, I've gone through some shit in my life that's made me who I am today. And I would never change it. I don't like going through it, but I never change it. We've all been there. Single mom, you know, making a decision overnight. I'm done with corporate America. I've got 90 days to be successful. Oh shit, it's 89 days. You know, whatever. Like, we all have something that we pull from in times that we need it. So you let that experience bring you down. You think real estate is hard, and you will not work hard enough. So is real estate hard? It's not hard. Real estate is simple, and it's not easy. You say it's too competitive. So Phoenix, 100,000 real estate agents. Las Vegas, probably close to 18,000 real estate agents. I only know one of you as a licensed real estate agent in this room that I've ever been in the same room with or done a transaction with. The rest of you who are a real estate agent, I've never worked with you. There's 18,000 real estate agents in Las Vegas, and I always tend to work with the same people over and over and over and over and over again. It's the Pareto's principle, 80-20 rule. 80% of all the business is done by the top 20%. It's the same thing in any business. Most people get into real estate, so they have this little name tag with a little bling bling thing that you can buy for an extra $5. And you're like, hey, is that on sale in the meat department? Yeah. Oh, great, yeah. Are you barbecuing? Oh, you own your home? Well, yeah, I am a real estate agent. Yeah, how did you know? Really? Come on. You keep making the same mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes in real estate. Like, we make a lot of mistakes in real estate. We make a lot of mistakes in real estate. And we work really hard not to make the same mistake twice. Really hard. You choose comfort over success. I mean, you've got this concept, and talk about it real quick, that the real estate agent gets into real estate because they think what?
Well, they think they can manage it, they'll have their own schedule, they can work when they want, they can take care of their kids when they want. They think that we all drive around in our big cars, go to lunch, and make a lot of money.
And drink Starbucks.
Is that pretty much what you all thought before you came into the business, or some of you may think that right now? Right?
I drive a Jeep. My mortgage is $1,500. My house is built in '79. I do not live an extravagant lifestyle at all. I buy my shoes at Steve Madden or Aldo, usually on Clarence Rack. Like, I live a life of abundance, but let me tell you, I'm a business owner and I understand the value of the money in my bank account today. I lost $100,000 in one night. You will not make it a team sport. I got into real estate as a solo agent. I was the only agent in my real estate brokerage because remember I told you I was never going to sell real estate? I only got my real estate license to help my real estate law clients. Because selling real estate was like, ew. It's like, I'm already in that new business, so why would I want to be in two new businesses? And so I was never going to sell real estate. But I did understand the importance of being a bona fide real estate agent because my clients, my law clients, still needed to see me as a real estate professional. They still needed to see Zillow reviews. And so I did place some Zillow ads, and I got some business. And I worked that business because I do have a transferable skill of internet lead gen. At the law firm, we used to do, internet ads and Google ads, and pay-per-clicks, and YP.com and all that stuff. So I understood the value of phone ringing and converting that lead into an appointment. And I closed 33 deals my first year, working full-time in the law firm, 70, 80 hours a week, working somewhere between 10 and 20 hours a week in real estate. 33 deals. It wasn't until I went to Keller Williams that I met with the team leader there for 4 hours that I realized that he told me that 33 deals was a shit ton of deals. That the average real estate agent sells how many? If you get the number exactly, and you're not on my team or you've not been to an event before, and you get the exact number right, I'll give you a t-shirt. But you gotta raise your hand. Tell me the number. No. Huh? No. You've already been to RealTalk. No. No. What? 1? No. Probably getting there though. 4? No. Somebody was close. No. Super close. 9. Who said 8? The average real estate agent does 8 transactions a year. So the average purchase price in Las Vegas is about $330,000. We're going to say $300,000. Let's say that you're on this horrible team where you have 50-50 split. I don't want to say horrible. Let's say you're on an average normal team that has 50-50 split. $300,000 deal, 3% gross commission. So 3% of $300,000 is what? How much? $9,000. So you're gonna give 50% of that away. Okay, so now you got $4,500 before you pay taxes. Okay? Not bad for a 30-day, investment in your time. So 4,500 times 8 is what? Okay, $40,000? Yeah. I'm like, no wonders why I see the same real estate agent over and over again when I order my Uber. How can you survive? How can you, at BJ's, which I like BJ's, but like, how can you survive on that? You can't. You can't. You have a short-sighted outlook. You focus on the expenses instead of growing your sphere. Yeah, I get into business with a lot of people that the first conversation they want is, so what's the split? Does it matter? How many deals have you closed? I'll guarantee if you do what I tell you to do and you are honest and open with yourself and you're willing to be coachable, I won't guarantee, she'll guarantee that you'll have a deal in 90 days closed. In fact, we actually have real-world proof about your last class that you have people in the room today that are going to talk about that, right?
I hope they are.
Okay. All right, cool. So, because I think in real estate, this is the majority of what all of us get. And so everything I'm giving you and telling you today is backed up by real facts because I think that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I got into business with some people because I was able to fact check them. You get into business for the wrong reasons. Yeah, Starbucks and the Lexus and all that crap. I do want a Tesla, guys. Like, I really want a Tesla. I eat, breathe, and sleep, and I refuse to get in one and test drive it. Because I can buy one. It'll change my economics in my household, but I can buy one. But I haven't earned it. I haven't earned it yet. You don't save enough money to live on. So, here's a good one. Oh, I owe you a shirt. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. So, you don't save enough money to live on. So, here's a really good one. Do we have any Starbucks cards or anything to give away?
Yes.
Cool. Can I have some?
Yep.
I love to give shit away. So, and I love Starbucks. How many in this room have gone through or are going through real estate school right now? Show your hands. Okay. So is it safe to say that real estate school is about $250 to $500? We're good? Craig knows numbers? Okay, awesome. And is it safe to say that the real estate division is about $120 to $180, depending if it's a salesperson's license or a broker's license? Okay. And is it safe to say that it's somewhere between $60 and $80 for your fingerprinting? Okay. Fact checking here, I know my shit. It doesn't hurt that I've done this every month for the last year and a half. So who in the room can tell me the cost, rounded up to the whole dollar, of deciding to get into real estate school, paying for that, paying for books if you have them, paying your license with a real estate division, paying for your fingerprinting, paying for your startup of the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors. There's an actual dollar amount that I'm looking for that 75% of you will hit it to the dollar. If you give me the exact number, I'll give you again. Raise your hand. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, no. Close, but no. Somewhere between 2,500 and 5,000. All the way in the back. Exactamundo. $3,000 just to hang your license, guys. Some of you can go on the cheap route, get the Groupon, I get it. But for most people, you're going to pay $3,000. Now, how many of you are almost done with real estate school and you're ready to hang your license? Almost done with real estate school, ready to hang your license. How many of you are done with real estate school and looking for the brokerage to hang your license? Okay, so like 3 and 3. How many of you have 6 months worth of savings in your bank account because you understand you have to get into real estate full time to be truly successful? Whoa, 2 of you. Yeah. So take the $3,000 and then take what it's going to cost you for 6 months worth of living expenses. 6 months. If you're with me or you're with Sharon or you're in an environment where we actually get paid to make sure you succeed, We don't just park you and say, what are the...
Here's your desk, here's your phone, that's the left, you're on your own.
Yeah. That's your typical, independent brokerage. Some of them have balloons, some of them wear golden jackets. Just saying. It's all about them, it's not about you. It's a numbers game to them, and you're just a head count. And so you're 100% with them, that's awesome. We're gonna charge you $200 for your business card, you're gonna order your signs from us, we're gonna take $500 a transaction as a transaction fee, we're gonna do this and this and this. So now your brain is spinning. Oh my gosh, it's gonna cost me $1,500 times 6 plus $3,000. Oh shit. Yeah, costs money. Below that it says you only sell real estate part-time. We talked about 7-Eleven, right guys? Talked about 7-Eleven. So 7-Eleven is open how many hours a day? Does anybody in this room know a 7-Eleven that's open less than 24 hours a day? Most of us are in Vegas, and we also know the law of if you have a gambling device inside the building, it must be accessible 24 hours a day. I didn't know that until I went to work for a casino. I had no idea. And you can't charge somebody to access that machine, which is why a lot of these clubs don't charge a door fee. They charge like a beer bus fee. I don't drink beer. Pay the $5 anyways. I just want to play the slot. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, 7-Eleven is open 24 hours. What happens if you go walking into a 7-Eleven and you're like, boom? Circle K? No, I'm a 7-Eleven. Like, your brain goes off. Like, did they get shut down? Something happened? Are they getting robbed? You start thinking something differently, right? So, we're in a business that I call a lifestyle. Real estate is a lifestyle. Your client is going to contact you based on the expectations that you set forth. And most of you, as a brand new real estate agent or somebody who's like losing money in real estate, you're like, I'm open 24/7, 365. Hell, I'll meet you at the property. Just tell me which one you want to look at. And you will put every system and standard that you've ever been taught aside. I need to check. Where are you? I'll show you the home. You will. And so your client starts calling you at 4 o'clock in the morning going, well, you're up. I checked your messenger and the little green light's on. Like the little green icon's on, so I know you're on Facebook. So I just messaged you. And you're like, I'm about ready to fire this client. This client calls me at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock. Don't they realize I have family and kids? Well, I'm sorry, I'm coaching you. I'm like, well, what's the expectation you set at the buyer consultation? Well, I didn't talk about that. You didn't talk about a buyer consultation, or you didn't talk about the expectations? Either one. Oh. So Craig works in his business when to when? Yes!
8 to 8.
8 to 8, when to when?
Oh, I don't remember. Monday through Friday, I think.
No. Thanks for listening. Huh?
Monday through Saturday.
And okay, so I work in my business 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and I intend to take Sundays off. Any of you get a hold of me at 8:01 on a Thursday evening, what happens? Probably not going to respond to you, and if I did, it's because I chose to. But you know now, oh, it was a gift that he contacted me back at 8:01. It's not an expectation. It's not a standard. I often respond to people after 8 o'clock, but I do it when I want to. And it depends on if my family's there. Sometimes early on, I used to be like down the Lowe's aisle, and my phone would ring, and I'd get these stares like, are you gonna answer that? I'm like, no, but I'm gonna go to the plumbing section and get what's on the list, all right? Hey, quickly, what do you want? Okay, I mean, it's the truth. Because guess what? My buyer doesn't get what they want when they want from me at the time that they want it. Where was that? What was that website that has like 3 other mugshots of other real estate agents on it? Zillow. Yeah, let's just go back to Zillow. They'll help me. Make no mistake, they're not loyal to you. They're loyal to the systems and standards of which you cast upon them. So, moving fast through this, you don't set goals or have action plans in place. What am I getting out of real estate? April 15th, 2020. I got into my 3rd business knowing exactly what I'm getting out of my business. I knew, man. I did the research up front. I aligned myself with the right people. I got in for the wrong reasons. I made a lot of mistakes, so I suffered through that, which is part of what you guys aren't going to do because you're going to get real fast now. But I got clear pretty quickly. And people in my organization, they usually don't walk around wondering what Craig's up to. Usually. I'm pretty transparent. I'm like, hey guys, I'm not feeling the office. We're probably going to move. Don't know when. I'm just putting it out there in the universe. And they're like, we just painted yesterday. Like, we just moved the couch in. What are you doing, Craig? But I'm very transparent. I'm very open with it. You don't understand how or where to market yourself. How many in this room have a business today? Raise your hand. Okay. We are marketers. First and foremost, we are marketers. There is no such thing as a successful secret agent. It doesn't exist. That's the 80%. I'm a real estate agent. Excuse me, it's the manager's special meeting. I'm good. Leave me alone. Because consumers like to buy, but they don't like to be sold. Is that the right way?
Yeah.
It's your phrase. So.
Everybody likes to buy, nobody likes to be sold.
Yeah, nobody likes to be sold. So we're marketers. And we're constantly marketing. Constantly marketing. You believe that being successful in real estate is easy. It's simple. Only have to do a few things really well. But man, it is not easy. You're difficult to work with. I'm difficult to work with. I got out of real estate sales as fast as possible because I was miserable. The thought, even right now, a little bit here, like thinking I have to go and open up a door and present a home. I am not passionate about that at all. In fact, I'm almost close to saying I hate it. Hate's a strong word, but that's how much I despise walking into a door like, oh, beautiful home, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, burger carpet, oh, look, blinds, Venetian, to me, it is the worst feeling on the face of the earth. If you get me on the phone with an irate, upset client, board, division, Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors, attorney, listing agent who thinks they're God's gift to everybody. I've been selling real estate for 47 years. And you're still selling real estate? I've been selling real estate for 4 years, and I can't wait to finish. Like, there's some personalities in this business. We've talked to half of them, haven't we? Like, that's my strength. Most of you are like, keep me away from confrontation. No, I want to make everybody kumbaya, feel good, love everything. I get it. And that's why you'll sell a lot of homes. That's why you'll be a really good buyer and listing agent. But I'm a negotiator. I'm the back end. I'm the guy that's going to fight for you. That's what I'm passionate about. You get me to walk in the door, though, at 105 degrees, and I'm like, where are we? This neighborhood looks like the other. Like, guys, I kid you not, I have to use a GPS to go from the office to my house. Is it true or is it true? Like, I can't figure out how to get home. I am so directionally challenged. So I got out of that area of the business as fast as I could. I found my strength. I understood leverage at a high level. I knew that I was building an empire, and I got out of sales. You got to figure that out. You're only interested in real estate and not committed. I'm going to ask each and every one of you to shake my hand when we're done today. First thing out of my mouth is, are you interested or are you committed? Because most of you are interested today. That's a given. You're sitting here. I am honored to have 2.5 hours of your time, because I'll probably go over. I'm honored to have 2.5 hours of your time to have you sitting here today listening to my BS. I understand you could be doing other things. Facebook is probably boring right now because you're not on it. I get it. So don't think for a second, I'm not privileged. All of us, for that matter. However, I'm not sure that half of you in this room are actually committed. I'm not sure that half of you in this room are willing to put money on the table, pay for your school, pay for your fingerprinting, and say, you know what? If I got a guy here who's willing to hold my hand with his team, because they don't make a dime off of me unless I close a deal, I can't do business with you. I'm willing to pay your fees and costs and all that stuff to the extent that I can up front, because often I believe in you more than you believe in yourself in the beginning. I won't get into business with people that I don't think can handle it. You're not strategic or have a business plan. First thing you do when you are in my organization, why are you here? What do you want to achieve? And how fast do you want to achieve it? And can I hold you accountable to that? It's not my business plan, it's yours. My business plan is the sum of everybody in my organization. You fear mistakes and have a desire to look good. Man, I have messed up. I have made enemies. And I wake up every morning saying, ain't nobody out there paying my mortgage. Ain't nobody out there dealing with my BS in my life. I don't care what anybody else thinks about me. I don't care. I care that I go to bed at night, I sleep really well, and I did right by God and the people that I did business with. That's all I care. I've already screwed up. I'm already going to hell if that's where I'm going. It's already done. I'm just trying to fix the mistakes. You know, I was 350 pounds for the majority of my life. I'm now starting to focus on my health. Old Chinese proverb, best time to plant a tree is when? 20 years ago. Second best time to plant a tree is when? Now. I can't take back the past. So I'm just trying to fix life today. I'm just trying to help people today. I'm just trying to make that money today. Retire tomorrow. 55, man. Done. Cabo, here I come. Gonna have a team there. You have no or the wrong role model. So the day I got into coaching, I hired Tom Ferry to coach. How many in this room know have heard of Tom Ferry? Yeah, so some lady out of Southern California has sold like 30 or 40 houses, and she was my coach. So it was awesome. She sold more than I did until the end of the year. And she did some good stuff for me, but we had a major disconnect. She was in Southern California. Is Southern California even remotely like Las Vegas? No. And she sold 30-something homes. So in 1 year, I hit her capacity, and I had to fire her. My now coach is the top 10 real estate team at EXP. They were in Gary Keller's, what we call a pirate group, which is their mastermind, their highest level group. They used to, every 3 months or so, they would go to Gary Keller's office, and they would sit down in a mastermind, and they would talk about business. They were in his top level pirate group for 10 years. They're now my revenue share partners. KevinandFred.com/EXP. They're in Phoenix. Now, is Phoenix a lot like Vegas? It is, from a real estate market. It is. They're about the same price point, about the same demographics, about the same climate. They have the same types of seasons that we do. They don't have the tourism that we have, and they have actually a much larger market than we do. But they're very similar. Phoenix, Seattle, Tampa are very similar markets to Las Vegas. Okay? So I got into business with these guys because they're doing $157 million worth of production a year. They have the largest team. They're where I wanted to go. You open your business 1 day a week. We've already beat that to death. We're not going to continue on that. And you have weekly banker hours. Oh, I only work 9 to 5. Clients will feel that. They'll go find somebody that works 9 to 6. And then they'll find somebody who works 9 to 5 p.m. to a.m. You have no sales partner. How many in the room sold something? And I don't mean offer up. Okay. The rest of you, hello, like you're going to be selling your soul. You're going to be selling an idea. You're going to be selling the confidence of being able to help somebody. You're going to be able to sell, you know, I realize this is going to be a difficult transaction and I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to help find them when that time is appropriate. You have no metric-backed goals. You have a poor schedule or routine. How many in this room live by a calendar? And my entire team had better raise their hand. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. Poor Deanna there, she's had like half of you in this room trying to get you on my individual calendar, and then she's like, I can't get you on his calendar this week. He's like 2 weeks out. Just go to RealTalk. You can probably get in front of him. Yeah, she'll like put it on my calendar. I'll be reject. She'll put it on there different time. I reject it. Craig, when can I get him in there? Well, here's my calendar. Sorry. It is what it is. I live on my calendar. My mom knows. Like, oh, it's 7:45. Honey, we gotta wait 15 more minutes to call your son. And she knows Sunday. We're going to dinner at your house on Sunday, right? Yes, Mom. You have a poor schedule, no routine. You lack financial management. Yeah, how can you manage somebody else's #1 highest investment if you can't even manage your own? Doesn't mean that we have not been in a position where we've not been able to manage. Man, I've had a car repo. I lost a house. I had $100,000 taken out of a bank account in 1 night. And it wasn't to the IRS, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it wasn't to the IRS. I invested in a show in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and my job was to pay for all the production costs. I had a partner that was going to pay for 3 months worth of operating expenses. He put the $100,000 into my account. He had an IRS problem. He was here in Vegas. He had an IRS problem. Somehow he was able to get the money back out of the account. I had to close the show. I came back to Vegas with $150 in my pocket. Went to work for Station Casinos. Real estate is simple, and it's not easy. Yeah, bottom line. So what do you have to do? And then we're going to talk about what we've done. What do you have to do to get super, super successful in real estate, guys? Like, this is your job as a real estate agent. If you do nothing else, if you read no books, and you want to know exactly what I did to be successful, I got right every single morning. I woke up, whether I was in a good mood or a bad mood, I always had a game that I would wake up before the alarm went off, and I looked myself in the mirror. I looked my ass in the mirror. I looked at myself in the mirror. And I had a conversation. Back then it was big. And I had a conversation with myself. And I said to myself, I sell 300 homes a year. I'm out of debt. I'm going to change one person's life. I had a conversation every single day. We call those what? Affirmations. Make no mistake, guys, before I got into real estate, I didn't understand what the hell that was or what it meant. I was ego-driven. I had no spirituality. I didn't believe in karma. I didn't believe that the universe provides if you cast it. I didn't understand about the reticulating activator, the RAS. I didn't understand a lot of things that make great salespeople great salespeople. Okay? There's a lot about our universe and who we are as a person and our body and sociality and all these things that we'll never begin to understand at a conscious level. Therefore, there's experts out there that understand it at an unconscious level. Sharon has taught me so much in 2 years about the unconscious mind, and I'm like, yeah, I understand, I get it, you're right, because I don't have any facts to prove you wrong. A little too much information, just tell me what I need to do. Create a daily action plan. Like, I knew what my purpose was every single day, even if I didn't have a lot on my daily routine. A couple of little things that were really important for me to achieve. Not, oh, I'm going to set 5 appointments today, I'm going to go on 3 listing appointments, I'm going to help. Nope. I just started small. I'm just going to call 100 people today. How many in this room have ever called 100 people, like had a meaningful conversation with 100 people in one day? Raise your hand, raise it high, be proud about that. You're in my world, you're going to, because everybody needs to experience that. Now, it might be 100 of your friends, and it might be 100 strangers, but the power in getting on the phone and talking to 100 people, can't pronounce your name because I'm really, really, really nearsighted. Patrick, like, you made 100 calls in one day. Yeah, what was that experience like?
Fun, challenging.
Who did you call? Don't tell me mom.
No, not mom. Definitely not mom. Just potential clients.
Okay, so you one step above cold call. Probably a list of people.
That's right.
Connor, when you were in ISA, we were at Keller Williams and we were going through what was called bold. You did not go through the first bold, or did you? Okay, so you had to do a bold 100, right? And if I remember correctly, didn't you have to go to work? Because he was selling solar. Yes. Yeah. So you had to leave. And I remember you like, hi, I want to buy solar real estate. Like, hi, I want to buy solar real estate. We get 2 o'clock, gotta go, man, have a good. Like, it was painful. And you probably got 99 F's. Yeah. But you did it. And do you often still call 100 people a day? Yeah. Now it's almost like a standard. You know, $20,000 a month checks. I'll call 100 people a day too. Right? Yeah. Yeah, right. Get motivated. Like, how many in this room think that I drink a lot of coffee and I'm a little high on life? Like, I have a really good personality. I am passionate about what I do. Like, I love cashing checks. Like, I'm telling you, man, I get excited when I walk into the team and I'm like, hey guys, thanks for joining EXP. Guess what my revenue share was? $867 this month because of you and you and you and you. Yeah, right. And I did nothing but help you close a deal. You didn't pay me my revenue share. Okay? I mean, I get on average $500 to $700 a month in credit repair checks. I don't necessarily say anything to Cynthia when I get them. I'll definitely say something to Cynthia when I don't. What happened? What happened this month, Cynthia? That money alone pays my bills. So I'm super excited about the real estate business because, yeah, you know what? good. Market wants to crash. I'm good. I got into this business as an empire builder, not as a real estate agent. So I have multiple streams of revenue that come in from different angles that are all real estate dependent, and they all have commonality. I need to help real estate agents be super successful in their real estate business, and I need to show them the value and the power of leverage. But we had a conversation this morning about what? You said, hey, I think it was you with stocks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what was the conversation?
I mean, you had something good with that.
So he asked, he said, because he can't see my numbers, but I can see his numbers because he's on my team. And he asked me how much stock I've gotten from EXP since we joined. We joined in May, roughly. And I gave you the answer of what?
2,700.
Yeah, 2,700 shares of stock. And I have invested, so what happened is, when I joined EXP and I brought my team over, they gave me stock shares. When I closed my first transaction, they gave me stocks. When he closed his first transaction, they gave me stock. When she recruited her first agent, they closed their transaction. I got stock, she got stock, they got stock. Oh, and I also buy stock every closed transaction. I buy 5% at a 10% discount. So when I was at Royal Caribbean, I became director of entertainment on the Celebrity Cruises brand. They paid me horribly, but they gave me what's called stock options. And I didn't know shit about stock options, which I still don't know shit about stock options. I decided to buy this little fixer-upper in Miami Beach, and I took out $90,000 of my vested stock that I didn't pay a dime for. And that was pretty cool. I'm like, that's awesome. I bought a little fixer-upper. I ended up making like $150,000 on that, blowing the money. I left Royal Caribbean in 2005, and I withdrew all of my vested stocks at $305,000. Now, I was only with Royal Caribbean for 13 years total. I was only corporate for 6 years. So in 6 years, do the math, I made how much money in stock options? So even though I'm not a stock guy, I'm a real estate guy. When I joined EXP and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to give you stocks. We're going to reward you in stocks for everybody else. Oh, and by the way, nobody even knows about our company yet. We're the disruptor, and our biggest competition is Keller Williams, and they call us the Donkey Kong of real estate because we're all virtual. And our stocks are averaging between $8 to $10 a share right now, and we've had 400% growth in the last 24 months. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm in on the ground floor. And then we had revenue share. So at Keller Williams, I had what's called profit share. And my partner was one level above me because we owned the business together. So when I would make my $18,000 for worth of commission for the year, because I was capping about 60 days, 45 to 60 days, because we did enough volume, I would get one big revenue share check that would be in my partner's name, but it would go into our joint bank account, and that would be about $1,300. And then for the rest of the year, from July through June, when I would reset, my agents would average about $200 to $300 a month worth of revenue share to me based on the market center being profitable. My first month at EXP, it was $83. My second month, it was 600 and something. My third month, it was 800 and something. And this month, it's over $1,000. Only because I helped him close a deal, because I helped her close a deal, because I helped her close a deal, because I helped them close a deal. So when I talked about the 3 ways to get on to my organization, I had a core team, I had a team light, and then I had a revenue partner. Like, I'm invested and I get paid to help you be successful. I just get paid to help you be successful. That's it. Well, I'm going to do that anyways. And now I don't have to actually have to take 50% of your commission. So I'm super motivated, guys. Like, hello, some of the biggest teams in the country are closing up their brokerages. Actually closing up their little brick and mortars, their little indie brokerages, and joining EXP. Yeah, because it's a different market than it used to be. Brick and mortar. You're going to San Diego next year. You're testing in November. Like, you pay one cap. You're going to sell in Nevada. You're going to sell in California, and you still pay $8,000 commission split. You're done. Saying I can mic drop there and leave it all alone. Lead generate. Here's what you got to do. Here's the job of a real estate agent. Role play. Call expires. FISBOs. Make me moves. Unless you have another source. At another class that I'm going to teach on another day after Sharon's real success class, I'm going to talk about internet marketing. I know you, I've seen you. All right, we're going to talk about internet marketing. We're going to talk about Facebook. We're going to talk about Facebook. We're going to talk about if you don't want to do these things because they're icky, gooey, and you don't like no's. Great. Do you realize you have name, addresses, and phone numbers of every single person in your Facebook? So you all have a database. You all have people that know something about you that you could get 2 to 3 deals out of in different class at different time. Call 10 people in your phone. So quick little thing. I want everybody to pull out their phone. I want you to go to contacts. I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. And I want you to tell me how many contacts are at the very bottom. It's at the very, 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 very bottom. And when you have the numbers, shout it out. Just scroll. Zoom, zoom, zoom. 204. Who has more than 204?
556.
556. 379.
708.
I hear 708. Who has more than 708? Who's got more than 708? More than 708. Come on, guys. This is interactive. I have a Starbucks card. Oh, she's got all kinds of neat stuff. I got a Starbucks card. Who has more than 708? How many you got?
7,954. Yes,
Okay, so who's good at math? And you're going to hate this because I'm going to pick on you.
I know, I'm embarrassed.
So Gary Keller says in The Millionaire Real Estate Agent that 20% of your database, if touched properly, not in a bad way, touched properly, will yield 6 times 2 closings in 24 months. And the reason why is because with 20% of your database, you will do 6 closings with that person or those people, and then they will refer you to an additional 6 closings. And he says that the average is 200, less than 300, it's like 250, 256. So you have 7,000. So 20% of 7,000 is what? You tell me, I'm horrible with math unless it's 6% or 3%.
1,400.
1,400. Okay, so 1,400. So 1,400 of those people will do 6 times 2 deals. How many deals is that? They'll each do 1 plus 1. So just do the math at 2. How many deals is that? 200 something? Oh, what? I'm sorry, say it a little louder. Say it a little louder.
2,800.
2,800? I think 280. I'm not good at math, but I think it's 280.
I'm looking at her.
So they'll do 2 deals. So the point I'm trying to get at, guys, whether it's 200 or 2,000 deals, I think it's irrelevant. How many in this room would love to have 10% of her capability of business? So either 10 deals or 100 deals. So if you touch them for 24 months on a 36 or 39 touch plan, systematically communicated with them in a good way, you would have 2 deals from each person. They would do a deal with you and then they would refer you to somebody. Why are you here?
That's a good question.
Okay? Like, let's get real with each other. If real estate was really, really easy, everybody would be in it and we would all be making $10 an hour. Most people won't do the work. Most people don't have motivation. They don't get their ass up out of bed before the alarm clock and say, I'm going to win at one thing today. Nothing else matters. And as soon as I win, I get to do what? Go home. Go home. Like, go to the beach. Take off. I book my vacations a year in advance, and I'm gone for 35 days at a time, guys. Make no mistake, I bust my ass until I get there. I'm cussing and yelling Sharon's name the whole time. Why'd she make me do this a year in advance? But I'm grateful. I went to Mexico for like 15 days, and you guys closed like 12 deals, 13 deals. And I'm like, can I stay longer? I make more money when I'm not around, and I think it's me. I'm like, yeah, am I that bad of a boss? Follow up with all your leads. So, can we all hold Katrina accountable to something? Because I love accountability. So, Katrina, would you be committed to actually sending a text message, a voicemail, or physically or phone calling at least 20% of your phone between now and the end of the month, the last day of the month?
20%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give you the script?
Yes.
Probably want to record this, guys. This script, last year alone, when I sold real estate, 2 years, sorry, 2017, when I sold real estate, this script alone did 70 deals on the team. Ring, ring. Go ahead, I'll role play with you.
Hello.
Hi, Katrina.
Hey, how's it
Hey, good. It's your long lost friend Craig Tiffy over at eXp Realty. I was wondering, do you have a couple minutes to help me with a problem?
going? I do. What's your problem?
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, listen, I'm in a class and we're having a competition, and I need at least 10 referrals by the end of the month in order to win. And Katrina, you know me, I'm pretty competitive. So who do you know who's looking to buy a home, sell a house, or invest in real estate that I could call today?
Oh, actually, my friend Deanna.
Your friend Deanna. What's Deanna's last name?
Doria.
Deanna Doria. D-O-R-I-A?
Yeah.
And would you be so
I'll
kind?
text you her number right now.
I got a pen and paper. You want to just give it to me real quick?
Yeah, 702-358-2046.
702-358-2046. Awesome. And if you want to get a hold of Deanna ahead of time, just let her know that I'm going to be calling her and offering my services to help her. Katrina, I promise I'll take care of her like family as if she was you. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
So great. Do you know anybody else who's looking to buy a home, sell a house, or invest in real estate that I should call today?
Not at the top of my mind, but if I can think of anybody, I'll let you know.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you taking a moment to think about that. But you know what? I dropped the ball with you, and I haven't talked to you in a while, and I'm really sorry about that. So I owe you a coffee. Do you still like Starbucks?
I do.
So I would love to take you to a Starbucks for an hour, catch up, talk about old times. How's tomorrow at 3 o'clock or Friday at 2 p.m. at the Starbucks over by our old office?
Let me check. I can do Friday.
Friday at 2 o'clock?
Yeah. that
Okay,
works.
Starbucks at Charleston Boulevard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember where it's at.
Hey, and listen, and I got you. I'm paying for your coffee. It'll be my treat. But I want you to think about between now and then. Have you thought about investing in real estate in this market with interest rates so low?
I have, but I'm not in a financial situation to do that quite yet.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you about that on Friday at 2 p.m.
Well, I look forward to that.
Great. Since it's only a couple of days from now, I'm not going to call you and follow up, so I'll just see you at the Starbucks. Is that okay?
I will definitely be there.
Katrina, you are awesome, and if you can think of anybody between now and Friday at 2 p.m. that is looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate that I can help, can you please contact me immediately?
Yes.
Fantastic. Katrina, I'm excited about Friday at 2 p.m.
Me too.
Click.
We're gonna take this one.
All right, so there are some hidden, what we call embedded commands in that. And I don't, this is not a class that we're going to talk about scripts, but I'm going to tell you I learned the hard way that scripts are the most important, powerful tool. How many of you think that I'm really good up here talking to you? Would you all realize that this is all scripted? I say the same thing month over month, day over day. If you've ever been to my classes, it's the same shit, man. I'm not that smart. I'm really not that smart, guys. I stood on the shoulders of giants. I realized what worked really, really well in my business. That is a bold script that I learned 4 years ago, and I paid $800 to learn. Now, how many deals did I close in 2017 from that? 70. It's called Growing Your Database with Referrals script. If anybody's ever taken bold, building business objective life by design, that's where I learned it, and I use it every single day. If you're a brand new agent on my team, that's one of the first things you do. If you go and look at the script, it is word for word. But it didn't sound scripted, right? So, learn your audience, leverage something that's going to allow you to do the job better than you can do yourself. Most people are not successful in real estate because they lack confidence, right? This is a confidence issue. I don't know jack shit about real estate compared to somebody who's been doing it 20 years. Somebody's been doing it 20 years that has not gone through continuing education, and I don't mean CE classes, that has gone through value-added, objection handling, negotiating. My God, we're in what kind of market right now, guys? No, we're not even in the seller's market right now. We're in a negotiating market.
Yeah.
If you can't negotiate at Walmart, what makes you think you're going to be able to negotiate buying and selling a home? Like, how many have actually tried to negotiate at Walmart? Hey, there's a scratch on this. Can I get a 10% discount? If you don't ask, you don't get. True story, I went to the Bruno Mars concert 2 weeks ago, paid $800 a seat, wanted to get in the front section. I got in the front section, all right. Do you realize how wide that front section is? Here's the speaker, there's the stage. The hell? I got up, I went to customer service out in the little lobby area, and I'm like, hey, listen, I know I have seat 1 and 2, but I thought seat 1 and 2 were starting from the inside. I mean, I used to work in entertainment for half of my life. It used to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. When did you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way? And I'm like, oh, well, it's always been that way here at the Park and Movie Theater. I'm like, well, you know what? I said, I paid a lot of money for these seats. I mean, you know, a lifetime event. Can you help me out? She's like, how are these? So we went from here, like here, here's the stage. We went from here, excuse me, to here. You don't get what you don't ask for, right? That was awesome. He looked a little scruffy, by the way. Like, you may even need to talk to Sharon and take vacation. So write this down. Keeping Current Matters. Awesome online resource. Gonna tell you all about really cool stuff. So if you don't want to get into business with me, you don't want to align yourself with a coach, a mentor, something like that, at least go on and pay $20 a month to get the good stuff from Keeping Current Matters. Tour new build construction developments. Breaking news. It actually came out like a month ago, but real estate agents are just now starting to post it. Oh my God, there's a $100,000 difference between new construction and resale. So you're getting your news from Review Journal now? Aren't you the professional? Should you be giving the news to the Review Journal? Like we learned that a month ago, 6 months ago. We knew that there was this divide happening between new construction and resale. But now, in the last 3 days, because the Review Journal finally posted it, real estate agents are like copying and pasting. Okay. Study daily hot sheets. How many homes do we have on the market in Las Vegas Valley? Anybody know? If you know, I'll give you a prize.
About 8,000.
How much?
8,000.
Who said that?
I don't.
Okay. Wow, you're really super close. Let me ask you a questioning factor. Including or excluding condos and townhomes?
Including.
Yes, you are correct. You win a free car. Wow, car wash, sorry. All right, yeah, know your inventory, guys. Know your inventory. Hello, you work in Gap? How many of you are gonna find, you know, I walk in, I'm like, hey, this is Gap, right? Yeah, this is Gap. Hey, you sell like Levi shirts? Know your inventory. Hold at least 2 open houses per week. That's huge. In a negotiating market, open houses are awesome. People actually want to look online first and they want to go see that there's a physical building that they can walk into. Huge opportunity. Attend at least 2 other open houses by other agents. Why? See what they're not doing right and don't repeat.
A world once disconnected by distance, from impossible to possible. The elite, now the common. The lonely, now united. Now imagine a world created for connection. Welcome to our world. EXP World.
Welcome to EXP World.
EXP, created for connection.
Okay, so I'm going to start my whole selling pitch. Is that okay? Selling. All right, so I left Keller Williams and I went to EXP because I was losing really good agents and I couldn't offer them a better commission split. I couldn't put more money in their families' pockets. And I knew I had a problem. I had a team in Michigan, Harbor Springs, if anybody knows, northern Michigan, about an hour and 45 minutes away from Traverse City, up in the, I think if you're from Michigan, they do like the little hand thing, and we're like up here somewhere. I've never actually been to Michigan, but I have a team in Harbor Springs, Michigan, with 7 agents on the ground and multi-million-dollar listing, and they didn't have a brokerage. And so I had a problem, and I couldn't get them to join Keller Williams because there were territorial issues. This Traverse City owner didn't have the boundaries of where Harbor Springs was. My coach at the time, Jason Abrams, who's one of the top real estate agents in the country, owned the southern part of Michigan and didn't have rights to the northern area. And I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna open up your own brokerage for now and we'll fix the problem. I'm gonna go talk to Gary. And I did, and Gary said, that's a problem, I need to help you with it. And this was in November. Family Reunion, which is the biggest event that Keller Williams ever has, is in February. He said, give me some time, I'll fix it. We're looking at a virtual brokerage option for certain teams. And I chewed, I bit my tongue, I did what I could to support that team, and I didn't get what I needed when I needed it. Not because somebody didn't try to help me, they did. The organization, International, Gary, they all did what they could. And I was one of 160,000 agents. My problem was one of many. We were growing at a rapid rate, the market's changing, the industry's changing. At that point, I realized this is a bigger problem than I think that my current situation environment can fix. I had agents that they wanted more money out of their own pocket because they were fishing more on their own. You know, I taught them, you know, to get one little fish in the pond, and now through evolution, they realized a small little fishing boat with a small little net, they were getting a lot on their own, and all I had to do was put gas in the boat. And so we had this evolution between agents where they were doing more business and needed less from me, and therefore they felt that less support justified less split. I'm 100% in agreement. But in my current situation, I couldn't give them a better option. So what did they do? They left the team. But because I didn't have a better environment for them and I couldn't keep them in my organization, I lost them completely. Some of them have now become some of the top agents in Las Vegas, and I'm really proud, and they're really good friends. And one day I hope to gain them back. But I knew I had a problem. But I also wanted to create generational wealth. I wanted the agents to understand that not everybody's created equally to go out there and sell homes. I gave you my example. I am not good at selling homes. Okay, I'm good at transactions. I'm good at getting deals done. But a lot of people get into business with us because there's a connection, not because I sold 109 homes. A lot of people won't work with me because they don't like me. They don't like my personality. They're like, ooh, I'm a kumbaya kind of guy and kind of gal, and you're not a kumbaya kind of guy, and we're just not going to get together because it's all about the kids. I'm a high I on the personality profile, the disc profile, and you're high D. My I is a 12. I don't care what the community looks like. I don't care if your kids can play out in the street safely. Like, it's just not something I relate to. Don't think that I'm not sympathetic. I'm not. I am. In business, I don't focus on that. Trust me, when I go home and I take my hat off, I'm like doing dishes, I'm cooking. Honey, can I take out the trash for you? Like, I am unplugged from an empire builder. I'm like mopping the floor, doing dishes, like I'm really domestic at home. It's a way for me to turn off. But out in public, the hat goes on. Some of you relate, some of you are like me, some of you are not. And we're not focused on those things. I've learned to focus on that when it comes to a buyer. I walk in, the husband's usually like, yeah, so how much they paid next door for that house, how much they closed on it. And the wife is like, honey, look, you can see the kids out the window playing on the swing set. I'm like, I learned buying signal, decision maker, influence, but that's not my natural ability. So I knew that my agents needed more training. They needed more accountability. They needed more culture. They needed more flexibility. Even though I will sit here and call flexibility bullshit, I'm one of those guys that says you buy your time off. You work so hard, you make so much money that you pay someone else to do the work that you feel is not worthy of your dollar per hour. That's where I come from. Sharon will say, okay, well, the reality is somewhere in the middle. So I interviewed a lot of brokerages, and I knew that I'm in 4 states right now. I'm in Utah, Southern California, Florida, Michigan. And I knew that I have people getting in business with me that are going to be expanding. And I knew that in my current situation, they were going to have to pay more money to grow their businesses. And that was not in line with what I wanted to provide them. And so Fred and Kevin Kaufman, Fred Weaver, 4610 Network, I was in a coaching event in Phoenix Scottsdale. About 15 months ago, I was at a mastermind with multi-million-dollar producers, and I was one of the lowest producers in that room, which is the way it should be. And they made the announcement that Fred and Kevin had left Keller Williams and gone to EXP. And we all just kind of looked like they went to the dark side. EXP? We're Keller Williams, we're the biggest competition. Like, the CEO and creator of EXP came from Keller Williams. Because in 2006, 2007, 2008, or whatever, he went to Gary Keller and said, we have to change the way we look at things in the future. We have to be technology focused. We have to be a one-stop shop. They have to log into one place and have access to everything from anywhere they want to be. We now have real estate sales across borders and boundaries. But unfortunately, the environment I was in was what we call a franchise environment. And you couldn't walk, I worked in my office, I couldn't open up an office across the street from where I was. It was a different territory. I don't like those kind of rules. I don't do well when somebody says I can't do something. Trust me. You want to get on my bad side? You want to see my shark? Tell me I can't do something. Not even my mother tells me I can't do something anymore. So I started looking at the model. I took the blinders off and I started looking at the model. And you know what? There's a lot of hatred out there for EXP because we're a disruptor. We're now, when we joined EXP, we were at like 11,000 agents 5 months ago, and we're at 21,000 agents already. There's a mass exodus of real estate agents in the country that are now joining EXP. Why? Because it's not about selling homes, guys. That's the job. People are selling their brokerages that are living paycheck to paycheck on their brokerage, giving 100% to their agents just to keep them in the environment, and making much more money by empowering their agents to do more business at EXP, and the company is the one paying that. It's not me as the owner. I don't pay his revenue share. I don't pay his stock options. Right now, I have about $8,000 worth of stocks in 4 months. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to know that if my broker, at my old brokerage, who's too busy, not you, my old broker, or my old broker, at my old broker, who is a coach who has their door closed, and I'm that guy that when I want something, I want it now, so I'm like pacing in front of their door. Like, I'm the #1 team in this office. I need you now. I don't talk to you because I just want to chit chat. I need something. And I'm like, you ready? I need 2 seconds. And they're like, give me 5 minutes, give me 5. I'm making buck on this guy. Give me 5 minutes. If I can't get something from my broker, I get to go into EXP world and I get to talk to a broker. Any broker who will answer my question. I got an accounting issue, I can go into EXP world, pull a little ticket, and what, 30 seconds, a minute later? Hi, welcome to EXP world. How can I help you? And there's this old avatar lady who's like, what's the price? She pulls up my account, she pulls up everything. She's like, oh yeah, your transaction's gonna close tomorrow, you're gonna get a wire in your account tomorrow afternoon. Everything's good, file's complete. Onboarding issue, agent forget to click a button. I can go to team services, 11 o'clock in the morning, my little avatar walking in there, pull a ticket. I love the support, on-demand support. I love the fact that I can go to over 70 hours worth of training in EXP world that are taught by some of the top agents in the country. Does anybody remember the markets that emulate the Vegas market? I gave you 3 other cities. Do you remember what they are? If you get them all right, I'll give you something.
Phoenix, yeah.
Yes, congratulations. Yeah, give me one of those cool things. So this is a VIP card that you now have, gives you discounts and all that stuff. By the way, if you like Six Flags, it gives you like 75% off the ticket to Six Flags. I like Six Flags. So isn't it really cool that I can go into EXP and I can talk to some team, or I can go to some class, or I can get with a mega agent, we call them icon agents, who's in Tampa, and I'm like, hey, like what's happening over there? Like, is it getting a little icky and sticky in the market? Even though transactions are happening, like shit's going on, what's happening with you guys? I love that. I love the fact that my $150 million producers, Fred and Kevin, will actually get on the phone with me and say, hey, what do you need from me today? How can I help you and your team today?
By the way, Kevin just talked to Gary Vaynerchuk 2 days ago.
Yeah, podcast. So Kevin Kaufman, who is my revenue partner, I don't even call him my coach. He's more like my mentor. I pay him nothing. Just did a podcast with Gary Vaynerchuk. And so remind us to send them all the podcasts. Like, who you're in business with matters, guys. Because times are going to get tough to sell a home. And don't some of you want to make sure you maybe got some other business coming in, some other revenue coming in besides that? Yes, yeah, I got it. Actually, we're running a little ahead of schedule, but I'm almost done.
Oh, great.
Yes, so work from anywhere. I still have a physical location for my team because I took them from a brick and mortar. That was only fair that I kept them in a brick and mortar. I don't know if we'll stay in a brick and mortar forever. I tend to think that we will. I think that we have a unique cultural environment. I think that it works, but it's not a requirement. Like most of the agents are out and they're doing their things. They come in 2 to 3 days a week because they're either a brand new agent, they're going to training and classes, or they're those kind of agents that say, I got to get my ass out of the house. I actually have to go to a physical location and work for 8 hours. So we appease everybody on that. We are in Canada, we're in South America, we are in Australia, New Zealand, we're in all kinds of places, and we're expanding like freaking hotcakes, and it's really cool. I'm like not into the whole little computer games and all that. I'm the guy that like played Mario Brothers early on, and I got to like the 100th level where I could get the little turtle upside down and just kept doing this to get all the lives. That was like my claim to fame with, with those games. However, we are called the Donkey Kong of real estate because we are virtual. You can create your own avatar. There was actually a discussion a couple of weeks ago at the leadership conference as to why we don't do more of a realistic avatar. And I guess that there was a study done by Harvard that people are more apt to communicate with you by having this little fake thing than having something more real and more virtual. Whatever, I think it's an excuse, but it is what it is. So information, how do I get here, how do I go there? You can walk around the world. I don't, I'm not into that. I do a pull down menu that says go to the auditorium, go here, go to agent services. I want to get in, get my shit done, get out. But I have agents that like get on the little speedboat and they like go to the island, they get on, and they just chat. The first day it was like 11 o'clock at night. My avatar looked nothing because they give you like the first avatar. My avatar looked nothing like me. I mean, everything was different. Size, shape, skin tone, hair, whole 9 yards. And I remember I created my avatar and I got into like the landing area, which is not here, but it's pretty close to here. And I'm standing there, and I don't know how to move, I don't know how to, because I'm a high D. Like, give me the information, don't give me the details. And so I'm standing there, and all of a sudden this lady comes up to me at 11 o'clock. Hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm from da-da-da-da-da. Who are you? Where are you from? And I'm like, oh, hell no. I do not want to talk to you, I don't want to know anything about you, and I'm like, how do I get out of here? But we have agents that get referrals, that do business, just because they put Connor Martin, 33.33% referral fee, Las Vegas, Nevada. And people just seek you out and like, hey, I got a referral fee because you pay more than anybody I know. Right or right? Deanna, right or right? So just that alone, you pay less cap, you get revenue share, you get stock options, you get all of these great things. We as a company, as a team, pay less to belong to EXP than we do other companies. We get access to some of the biggest players in the industry. Our core values are in alignment. So it's all about service, it's all about sustainability, it's all about collaboration and transparency and integrity and innovation and being agile and fun and community. These are all our core values. If we can't be happy and be healthy, why the hell are we in real estate? It talks a little about the difference between the typical franchise and EXP. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, I'm going to send you the slides. Technology is amazing. Maximum earning potential. Okay, I net right now as a business owner about 15 to 20% of the net commission. So out of that $9,000, okay, that comes into the team, the agent's going to get 50% of it on average at our old brokerage, and they would have paid somewhere between 26% and 36% to the brokerage and the franchise. So then that would have net, so what, somebody do the math, $4,500 minus 30%. Anybody? Huh?
Like 31.
About $3,200.
Okay, so $3,200, and then they would put about $3,200 at that commission split, at that cap, at that brokerage. So now let's take the same gross commission, and let's say that that agent has earned a 70-30 split. Let's do a 60% split. Because if you join my core team, it would be a 60% split off the bat unless you're a brand new licensee and have to go to the mentor program. So 60% split off of $9,000.
Of 9,000.
Yeah.
5,400.
Okay, and then they pay 20% to EXP until they cap at $8,000. Then they keep 100%.
1,080.
Okay, so now their net is?
4,320.
So they went from how much? Plus they get stock options out of that, they get revenue share out of that. So, yeah, and we're earning our way down to a $4,000 cap. Love that, love to have a plan to go to. So that was really important for us. Automatically, as soon as we went to EXP, we made more money, paid less money out. And a solo agent, somebody who just gets in my environment, doesn't join my team, $16,000 cap. After that, you're gonna get $16,000 worth of stock back from the company. So even if you buy this whole 100% bullshit, which I don't, there's always a cost to real estate in any business. Even if you buy that, we're gonna give you $16,000 back as commission. $149 startup fee, plus if you join my team, there's $150. Sharon will tell you more about that. $50 a month tech fee, $35 a month university fee. We split the broker fee and the risk management fee based on the split. However, if you're on my core team, I give you $50 back at close of escrow every month, provided you do a deal, because I actually save a little bit of money on the technology fee. So you would actually only pay $35. So $150 to start your own business. I'm going to show you how to build your business. I'm going to show you how to build your downline, because I believe that if you're happy in real estate, you should let everybody know. And if you and I can help them be happy in real estate, you should be rewarded for that. And every person that you bring to EXP is valued at somewhere between $2,500 and $3,500 a year, provided they can. And by the way, the person in your second downline is worth more than the person in your first downline. So everybody who came over from Keller Williams and joined EXP with me, they're all in my first downline. And I am working really, really, really hard to put people in their second, third, fourth downline because I actually make more money. Now I'm going to help everybody anyways. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. But I actually want them to sustain and generate generational wealth. So like me on Facebook, like me on Instagram, YouTube, Team Tiffy. We've got some stuff on there. That's all awesome. Now let's talk about, that was my selling. That's why I'm at EXP. That's it, guys. That's actually my selling. Did I actually sell you hard? No. I showed you why I'm there, showed you my value. I'm good. I told you what I'm making at EXP, why I'm there. I own my own brokerage. I do my own thing. I have access to the state broker. I can sell in Reno just as easily as I can sell here. I can sell in New Mexico just as easily as I can sell here. There's no difference. It's so easy for me to find a rock star real estate agent in, Fort Lauderdale who can take care of my clients that I refer to. Everything is online. I'm not going to go into it here. I will give anybody who wants access to EXP World a pass. It's usually something that can be done either talking to Deanna, Sharon, or myself directly. Tell me about real success, because this is super exciting for me. I'm all about empowering agents to change the trajectory. How many believe in what's called a compounding effect? Okay, I didn't understand the compound effect for a long time, so can I play a quick little game? And then she's going to talk.
I have to.
Oh, you have to leave. So, okay, so you talk and then I'll do the game.
And that,
All right, so tell me about real success.
Okay.
She's like, I'm out of here at 1:30. You want me or not?
1 o'clock, I have 1:30 doctor's appointment.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so real success is something I actually developed over a period of time. I have been a trainer and a coach for a very long time, but generally working in other people's systems. That was true when I was a broker at KW as well. So when I had this opportunity to work with Craig, I went back into the stuff, frankly, that I started working on probably 20 or 25 years ago, and said, I want to do a training for new licensees that teaches you how to sell real estate in the shortest possible time without all the BS, without all the history and all the reasons why and all the ego stuff that teachers like to do because it keeps them in front of the room longer. I just want to get straight to the nuts and bolts of the actual stuff that you need to know in order to sell real estate. So I put together a class in the last 2 weeks. It's from 1 to 5, depending on the size of the class, 3 days a week for 2 weeks. And at the end of that time, you will know pretty much everything you need to know to sell real estate. What I didn't realize when I did that is that the real benefit of the class, where's Danielle? There you are. I don't want you to talk, Danielle. The real benefit of the class, even though yes, you did know everything you needed to know, was it changed the confidence level of the students in the class, so that they were no longer afraid to go do real estate because they felt like they knew what they were doing. Whether they really did or not, different issue. But they felt that way. Danielle, talk about that because you have 3 buyer consultation appointments this week. You have 1 listing already, right?
I just scheduled 2 more, so I
And
have.
oh, you got 5. All right. And how long ago did you graduate from the class?
3 weeks.
Yeah. So it was, and 50% of the class did that kind of stuff. So it was phenomenally successful, not for the reasons I thought. So what do I know? But that is what the class is about. I go through all the contracts that you need to use, either buyer or seller. We actually do disc analysis from the standpoint of how you need to work with the different personalities. Because I'm a high D, which is pretty rare. So I'm a very low S and a very low C. My S is a little higher than it used to be. Teach you that. Teach you generational sales. We work basically with 4 generations. And they're different. The way you work with them is different. We don't work with you the same way that I would work with Katrina, right? Different way of working because you have different standards, different things are important to you. So we cover pretty much every single thing that you need to know in order to go out and start working with people. And then on Mondays, we do a transaction class as part of our accountability meeting where we do real life stuff. So if you're working with a client, then I want to know, well, where are you in the process? What's happening? I know what your next step is, even if you don't. And so what I gear that to, what we gear that to, we do it together, is being sure you know what to do and the next step and that you know what it is. Because the truth of the matter is, working with clients, your job is to be in the next steps business. They don't know how to do real estate. And if you let them do it their way, you will fail miserably because they really don't understand. So your job is to set the expectations for how you're going to work together and tell them what the next step is so that they know what they have to do in order to do a successful real estate transaction. So that's what that class is all about. It's normally about a $499 class. We're going to bring it down to $299 for some period of time that I truthfully have forgotten. But if you sign up today, it's $150. Okay?
So give us clarity on that because it's $500 and is there a place they can go to?
They can go to Deanna and sign up on her computer.
Okay.
And you don't have to join EXP.
Has nothing to do with my team.
Has nothing to do with Craig, Team Tiffy. He's providing space, and I am providing some support for this team. But you don't have to sign up for Team Tiffy in order to take the training. So if you want to learn how to do real estate in 2 weeks, this is your opportunity to do it very inexpensively.
Okay, so and there's an Eventbrite link.
Yes,
right?
there's an Eventbrite.
Deanna can help everybody with that.
Yes.
You said it's 2 weeks, it's 3 hours a day, 3 days a week for 2 weeks.
It's 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
Depends on how many people we have, okay? If we have a full 20 people that I designed it for, it'll be 4 hours a day.
So I told you guys about 20 minutes in that I went through a class called BOLD, Business Objective Life by Design. And that is a Keller Williams MAPS class, and it's 8 weeks long. It's all day, every day. It's basically $100 a day. And there was times when I would take my entire team and I would advance the money for my team or come to some arrangement where they would pay 50%, I would pay 50%, and I would take the balance out and close transactions. How many of you have ever been through a BOLD class? Because some of you have. Some of you on my team have gone. Was it valuable? Yes. Okay. So just to give you a comparison, that script came from BOLD. I did 70 deals in 2017 from that script alone because I have a big sphere of influence. I was able to go back to all my past clients. This is equally, if not more valuable, in a very concentrated environment. And she took all of the great things from the real estate industry and her 40 years worth of success and the transparency of what she's seen my team go through. And she put it all into, well, what really matters in Las Vegas right now in this market. And so some of it's organic and some of it is extremely structured based on what's happening right now. And there's power in that. And I'm just so proud and impressed to see some of our agents who have joined the team or have gone through this class have the success. I mean, Danielle, holy effing shit. But I mean, you're you're a student of the industry. Like you're somebody who says, you know what, I realize I have to give more than anybody around me to be successful. And you've done that. I mean, you show up every single day and you apply and you ask questions and you ask for support. I mean, you went on your first listening appointment. Who went with you? Where was Craig? Yeah. So I am super, uber proud to be in business with people that step up and make it happen. Because Rome wasn't built in a day. There's no I, in team, and nobody succeeds alone. And Connor's invested to make sure she is successful, and Sharon is invested to make sure she is successful, and I am invested to make sure she's successful. Do you feel supported?
Absolutely.
Monday, you were at the accountability meeting. And Monday, we went through a transaction meeting, and then we went through an hour of accountability. Where was I in that accountability meeting? Yeah, was I sitting up here? No, I'm sitting right there because I need to be held accountable too. Did Craig hit his numbers? No. Yeah. And what did you tell Sharon after you left that accountability meeting that I overheard?
That Mondays are beneficial to me. Without Monday, the rest of the week will be a lot harder.
I mean,
Okay, so let me just put it in real quick, because I have to go.
Just gotta go.
I have an appointment.
And then we'll really talk shit.
I would normally stay and chat with you guys when we get to know each other a little better. So any of you who would like to be in contact with me, let me give you a phone number right now, where you can call me, just remind me.
Can they see you on Monday?
They can see me on Monday, yes.
Can anybody in this room shadow our Monday?
Absolutely.
Transaction meeting, accountability meeting?
Absolutely. Yeah, you said.
I did, I said it. It was
Right,
amazing.
yeah. Okay, my number is 702-289-1537. I will not have the phone on while I'm at the doctor's office. So
And she works in her business 8 to 8.
I do.
PM to AM.
Can I say something real quick?
Keep her up.
I am not on Team Tiffy yet, and I have been to 2 of their Monday meetings. It's been extremely beneficial.
You
And
went
I've
to a
been-
class.
Yes,
What was the class?
fire consultation,
And you've been in the business how long?
15 years.
And what was your takeaway from the bio consultation class?
It was just amazing on, like, getting down to what really matters to the client, build their report, like everything, and just saving yourself so much time and frustration. Like, cause you're so on the same page with the client, and there's no unanswered questions.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is simple, and it's not easy. And I'm gonna, like, you're in my organization, you're gonna hear this every single day. We overcomplicate. We get in our own way, guys. Like, we're the ones that wake up and go, oh my God, I gotta pick up the kid, oh my God, I gotta pick the dry cleaner, oh my God, I could not prospect today, Craig, because I just life got in the way. No problem, 3 months from now, you're not gonna get a paycheck. And that's okay. So we talked about this, and then Sharon shut me down for a minute, because she's more important than I am. But I talked about the compounding effect, and this is what I'm going to leave you guys with, and then we're going to eat. So take a couple seconds. Who has a dime on them? An actual physical dime. You will get it back. And who, while somebody's finding the dime, who in this room has golf? Knows anything about golf? Okay, so here's a dime. Who's golf? Raise your hand. Who's golf? Who knows about golf? Not miniature golf with the 9 lights and all that stuff. How many holes are there in a golf course? 18. Okay, 18. All right, I am not a golfer, I'm horrible. But we're going to use golf as the analogy. Who in this room wants to go golfing with me this weekend? I pay for everything. You and me one-on-one. Raise your hand. Awesome. Okay, so everything costs money, right? And what's my value per hour? $250. So don't think for a second, like, we're not going to get my $250, right? Okay, so a dime. We're in Las Vegas. I'm a competitive guy. It's a betting state. Hey, are you good at golf? Okay, so you're probably better than me. Given that, because I haven't golfed in 20 years, but I'm excited to go golfing, why don't we bet 10 cents a hole? Okay? Everybody have $1.80? Yeah. I mean, is that really something that is attractive to you? Why don't we double it per hole? All right. Okay, we're going to keep this low, we're going to keep this simple. 18 holes, 10 cents per hole. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. I want you to think compound effect as we go through. So we're on hole 1. You are definitely a better golfer than I am. So 10 cents for hole 1. But we decided we're going to double it. So we're at hole 2. How much? 20 cents. Hole 3. 160. 160. 320. What? 640. Keep going. Hold on, what's 8? What? 1280. And then give me number 9. What is it? 2560. You got 2560? You got it? You got it? Okay, I do too, so we're good. Okay, cool. This is your real estate business. Intentions are good. Day 1, I'm going to get up, I'm going to prospect. I'm going to get up, I'm going to make my calls. I'm going to get up and go to that event. I'm going to get up and have my affirmations. We fall a little short. No big deal. Some of us who believe in ourselves better and higher than others might double down on day 2. Most of you won't. And compound effect, good and bad, starts to take effect. If some of you are theoretical, think, the Chinese proverb, plant a tree 20 years ago, watch it grow and seed it. All right, so we got down to hole 9. We're still in the game. We're good. Awesome. You've won every single hole. You're going to win all of these holes. So let's keep going. So now, number 10 is how much? 5120. 11. Say it loud and proud. 10240. 80. 13. 408.
409.
I was going to say, I didn't have 409 what? 60. How many of you were starting to do this a little bit? Like, oh shit, 10 cents. 14?
8, 19, 20.
15?
16, 38, 40.
16?
16, 38, 40.
38? 40? 16?
30, 76, 80.
33, 70?
33, 76, 80.
17?
Oh, 32, 76. You're right.
32 what?
76,
Okay, number 17?
63.
You guys don't want to be mathematicians. They have these things called cell phones. They have these things called calculators. 65, 53, 60. And last but not least, drum roll please.
13, 107.
Might as well just get out of business at this point. So at what point in your life, in your family, in your real estate business, in your 7-Eleven, are you going to understand the power of a compound effect? Sure, you lost today. That's okay. It cost you 10 cents. You going to lose tomorrow? You going to lose the next day? So I coach. I coach with Glenn Neely, who is Fred and Kevin's coach. He is Ben Kenny's coach. Coach Ben Kenny. He was the #1 team's coach at Max at Keller for years, and I'm so fortunate to be able to coach with him. This guy is an a-hole when he wants to be an a-hole. He does not put up with my BS. And you know what? My biggest aha of the compounding effect was I would get off the phone with him at 10:30 in the morning on Thursday, and I'd have my big orange folder, my coaching folder, and I'd have all these things that I'm supposed to accomplish in weeks because I told him I would do that. And the next thing you know, it's Wednesday night, and I'm getting ready for my coaching call on Thursday, and I'm like, holy shit, where did the week go? I didn't get any of this done. And I go back to this, and I think, one day turned into 1 week, 1 week turned into 2 weeks, At 3 weeks, man, that's my cost. So some of you will get this. Some of you will have incremental success because you understand time on task over time, achieve your results. Follow up, it is where the money is. Consistency matters. Some of you will go out and buy a book that I didn't bring today called The One Thing. It is impossible to multitask. You can only do one thing at a time. It doesn't mean you can only do one thing, but you can only do one thing at a time. And I'm telling you, in real estate, the best opportunity for the highest level of success is between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I get my Sundays off not because I'm entitled. I pay for it. How many leads do I get on a Sunday? They call me, I pass them off to the agents. So I'm going to leave you with this today. 2 things that we sold you on. If you want to get into real estate, man, who you're in business with really matters. Don't really judge the person or the brokerage for where they've come from or what they're doing. Really focus on what they're going to put on the table to help you be successful. But make no mistake, they are not going to be able to motivate you. You have got to come to the table every single day motivated. They will guide you, they will hold you accountable, they will mold you, they will coach you, they will train you, they'll pick you up when you're down. But if you don't show up, which is 95% of our success, Danielle shows up every day. Do you learn shit by sitting at home on Wednesday morning? Do you come into the office and just by being a fly on the wall, you're like, oh, that was awesome stuff. Oh my God, that was pretty cool. Yeah. So just show up. Well, I want that flexible life. I get it. But you don't get it off the bat. You earn it. But you hustle and you work hard and you drive and you grind. And then you say, you know what? I'm taking the weekend off. I hit my intentions. I close those deals. I got $5 grand in my pocket that I didn't expect, and I'm out of here. I am hasta la vista for the weekend. And go. We'll cover you. We'll take care of business. We'll even do it for free. We're not like those other teams where, well, if I have to touch your deal, I want 50%. No. I want you to close the deal. I get paid on the back end. I just want you to close the deal. I want to help your clients. So our culture is really awesome, but we get this whole compound effect, man. We start seeing agents not show up for a day, show up for 2 days. I'm like, pack up their cubby, put it in a bag, hold it to the side. They'll come pick it up. Like, we know. We just know. We know that 80% of you guys in this room are not going to succeed in real estate. And you're probably not going to succeed in anything entrepreneurial. But the ones that are, the ones that do, you need accountability. You need somebody there, not necessarily to tell you what to do. It's your business. In my world, I'm a servant leader for my agents. They do not work to me. I do not like them calling me boss. No. I'm actually privileged to work with you and build your business. But we do have a partnership. And I say I'm going to do certain things. My agents are going to do certain things. My team leaders are going to do certain things. That's the relationship. If you don't have expectations going into any relationship, whether it's emotionally, it's financial, it's physical, it's personal, it doesn't matter. If you don't have expectations that you guys can hold each other accountable to, it leads in one thing that we call D, ends with horse, and it's called divorce. People get divorced in their business all the time. Okay, make no mistake. So we're really clear in our expectations. We call those what? Standards. My team, my team light, my revenue partners, we all have standards. My coaches have standards for me. Fred and Kevin have standards for me. That's why they've agreed to support me. So I want to thank Cynthia, who is a huge credit partner. Closing words.
Closing words, as you've heard this whole time, this is real talk about real estate, what you guys go through, and I think that Craig did an absolutely amazing job first off today. Can we all agree with that? Guys, we're partners for a reason. He's very good at what he does. He wants to make sure clients are taken care of. Those that can't buy a house, he's going to make sure one way or another that they can. And I partner with him to help that happen at the end of the day. If you guys want to earn some income, helping people get qualified to buy a house, that's what I do. I partner with you to do it. So we can talk after.
So how many of you heard me talk about all of the cool stuff about, oh, real estate's so awesome, you're going to be a real estate agent, you're going to go out there and show homes, and you're going to help people open up doors and all. I'm sorry guys, that's what we call a career night. That's a career night. I'll tell you all of the awesome, cool, superficial shit about real estate. It means nothing if you can't get your ass out of bed in the morning. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Are there cool moments in real estate? Yes. So I had this agent who, man, he was like tough to get going. And had 1,000,001 reasons why he, I should get this place, I should do this. And, I sold jeans for a living. And they gave me all of these obstacles. And he never gave me his emotion, but he sent me a photo of his very first clients who were tough clients, got denied by like 2 lenders, 3 lenders, and he sent a picture of them, the husband and wife, opening up the door to the house. And he sent it to me and he said, now I know why I'm in real estate. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, you would have given up. He wanted to give up. Like he was ready to cancel. In fact, I think the lender said to him, I'm sorry, I can't get these guys funded. They went out and spent $200 on a secured credit card and I can't get the deal done. And he came back to me, he's like, the deal's over and I'm just gonna go find a rental. I'm like hell you are, go find another effing lender. Go find another lender. Lenders are like real estate agents, which are like assholes. Everybody's got one and everybody has a different product. Go find him another lender and get the deal done. And he did, and they couldn't get the deal done. And he found another lender, and they couldn't get the deal done. And like lender 3 or lender 4, 3 or 4 months later, they got the deal done. And he sent me that text message and said, now I know I'm in real estate. Yeah, it's not about selling jeans, dummy. It's about these moments. It's about working your ass off for the greater good, helping you, helping your client, going through all those obstacles, overcoming diversity and BS and a million reasons why not. And I mean, this deal that they bought, like there was an issue with the roof. And the buyer husband was like, well, I want this roof fixed. You ain't getting a new roof. Like you're using down payment assistance, you're coming to the table with 0 money, the seller's paying for your closing costs. They're not going to put a new roof. But I have a home warranty company that will give you a roofing warranty. And we will contribute half of that. And we got the deal done. We're a negotiating market. I talked to somebody yesterday, and that agent who's licensed, I know, that agent sat down with me. That agent sat down with me and she said her first 4 months in real estate, she lost 8 deals. Right? That's what she said. She said her first 4 months in real estate, she lost 8 deals. And that her team couldn't help her. I said, yeah, because your team doesn't understand the business that we're in today. It's a negotiating market. Your team didn't coach you that you set the expectations for your buyers and sellers. That this is a negotiating market. We could have multiple counteroffers. Don't get emotionally attached until we get through all of the contingencies. Right now, it's a game. It's like car buying. Do you really, how many have ever sold cars? Okay. This is my theory. I sit down, the salesperson says, so, what do you want to offer on this car? And I say, well, not full price, that's for sure. I'm going to offer you 30% below. Well, I don't think we can get this done. I'm going to go check with my sales manager. He gets up, he walks, and he talks to the sales manager, right? No, my theory is he goes out back and has a smoke. Comes back with a new scribble and says, well, this is what he'll do. The power of third-party negotiating. The power. So we got on the phone with that particular deal, and we were talking to the listing agent. We're like, no. I'm his team leader. At the end of the day, the listing is in my name, the buyer's contract is in my name. This is what we need to do to get the deal done. And they're like, well, who the hell are you? Like, it doesn't matter. You never met me, you never talked to me. I know you know that this is a new agent, but this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. We want everybody to win. There's power in that, right, Connor? We do it all the time. And they're always like, your team leader's an a-hole. No, you just can't push over him like you can push me over. And we get the deal done, right? So how many want a no obligation 30-minute business coaching? How many want a certificate for, I don't know what the hell this is. What is it? You're giving away something. You're giving away...
It's $100 off becoming an agent.
Okay, who wants that? We don't all get what we want now, do we? All right, a coaching session with Sharon. All right. Oh, okay, that's a coaching session. Hold on to it. I'm going to take it from you. But no, he's going to take it from you. So Sharon, who wants another coaching session with me? Go for it. And then who wants another Cynthia Davis thingy? $100.
Let's say the $100.
Who wants $100? There you go. I'm done. I could go on probably for another hour. Does anybody have any questions for me that they want to ask in front of everybody?
Yes, do you have any more coaching?
Are you? No. However, I will be at my office on Monday morning. We have a 10 o'clock transaction meeting. We have an 11:30 accountability meeting. You're welcome to show up there. We can have a deep conversation. But I'll give anybody 30 minutes of my time. Absolutely. And that will probably turn into an hour and a half. Plan accordingly. I'm super passionate about helping you. All right. So it's food time. Thank you, Deanna.
Yes.
Deanna is the one that puts all of this together every month. Without her, I would be speaking to nobody. So if you gave us your email address, you gave us your phone number, you gave us your legal name, we will send you an email thanking you. We will give you some value. We'll give you all kinds of stuff. We'll invite you to our next event. Do you have anything you want to tell the class for you or Sharon?
No, thank you for coming, and please get in touch with me if you're interested in signing up for Real Success.
And I'm here, my team, my entire team is here. We will talk to you about anything you want to talk about. I'm 100% transparent. And thank you all so much. I appreciate it.